If it feels familiar, then it probably is. Not because it's love, but because it's what you've survived. Repetition compulsion is what happens when our nervous system starts confusing what's familiar with what's safe. And before we know it, we're married to a trigger in disguise. I mean, what did we do as a man? We recreated our childhood inside our marriage. You didn't mean to recreate your childhood in your marriage, but when your father was emotionally unavailable, your mother made love conditional, you grew up learning that connection meant chasing, pleasing, proving, or walking on eggshells. So what did you do? Well, you attracted a partner whose dysfunction matched the very same patterns that you swore you'd never repeat. Because deep down, some part of you is still trying to finish a story that started decades ago, and you're not even aware of it. So you're not just arguing with your wife, you're defending yourself to a ghost. You're not just avoiding conflict, you're avoiding abandonment. You're not just needing validation, you're actually trying to earn love from a parent who couldn't give it to you. Repetition compulsion keeps you stuck in cycles that feel like fate, but they're actually unhealed trauma begging to be seen. And the reason that it's so hard for us to break this is because we think logic knows better, but our body actually feels safest when it recognizes the familiar, even when it hurts. The only way to break this is to stop looking at your partner as the problem and start seeing the pattern. You can't get honest about your marriage until you're honest about you and what your marriage is mirroring back to you. Fixing your spouse is not the path. Healing the parts of you that keeps you choosing them is. See, brother, you can't change your life until you confront what shaped it. Your marriage is going to feel like a battlefield until you face the wounds that taught you love and war were the same thing. Love fused with dysfunction. These are the patterns from the past. And understanding them and rebuilding something new and real is what we do inside the Total Breakthrough Academy. It's about the cycles, the patterns, the conditioning, the programming. It's about rewriting the script and the story, finally becoming the man that you needed to be back then. Your wife's not the issue. The cycles don't end by accident. They end when a man wakes up and decides that these generational cycles and curses end with him. And it starts with an awakening. That starts with humility, that starts with awareness, that starts with honesty, that starts from within you, a place within you where you can say, hey, I don't know how to do this, but I know someone can help me.